Peace and love, family. This is my second time recording this video. Just to let you know, I recorded it already, and we're doing it again because it didn't save. But this is 179-day update. You feel me? 179 days out of 180. We are officially almost done. We're hours away from completing a 6-month solid food vacation. Yeah, what are you doing? Anyways, so I was thinking about what can I tell y'all on this last day, and you know, that I haven't already said a million times. And so I decided that I'm going to tell y'all the protocol and guidelines I set up for myself moving forward. You feel me? Because I always, when I'm not fasting, I always end up inhaling food later on down the line. I'm either if you know me, you know I'm either fasting or I'm inhaling food. You know what I mean? Either not eating or inhaling. You feel me? So I set up these guidelines so that way I don't go too crazy and go back to old habits. You feel me? And I want to share them with you. You feel? Because I think it's very important that we start to continue to have discipline, or bring the discipline from the fast into whenever I start eating again. And so here is the guidelines in no particular order. 1, pray before consuming anything every time, aka being very intentional. It doesn't matter what religion you are. Be very intentional with your food and consumptions. Be very grateful. You feel me? So I find that when I like say a prayer, set some intentions every time I eat, you know, it just makes the experience better. I feel like I honor the food, becomes part of me, it nourishes the body more, and I'm more intentional with it, right? So that's 1. 2, chew slowly. Like I said, it's in no particular order of importance. These are just the order. You know, chew slowly, enjoy the food. As I mentioned before, I be inhaling food. So I'm like, you know what? This time, every time I eat, I want to chew slowly. I want to change my relationship with it. You know what I mean? Only eat till 75% full at max. Now, I want to only eat until I'm at 50% full and stop. But I gave myself some leeway and I'm like, okay, if I go past 50, no more past 75 at max. You feel me? You don't need to be stuffing. We need, as a society, we need to practice consuming until, you know, only a little bit of our desires are satisfied, or our bodily needs. You feel me? It's to the point where we're eating past our bodily needs. We're eating for desire. It's an addiction. You feel me? So it's just like, don't stuff your stomach. Don't get the itis. Another guideline: liquid fast minimum 2 times a week, meaning there are 2 days a week when I'm not consuming solid food. Dry fast minimum 1 time a month, meaning within a 30-day span, I need to dry fast at least 24 hours, and not 4 hour, 4 hour, 4 hour. 1 full day of dry fasting. You feel me? This is just so I stay in touch with my relationship with fasting, taking a break, all this good stuff. You feel me? Because historically, after I get done with these long fasts, I don't fast for a long time. You know, and it makes sense. You know, this time it's been a half a year. You know, I haven't eaten since January. Crazy. The last 3 guidelines were the hardest for me to put, but I put them there because we are changing. Now, with these guidelines, I cut myself some slack. But first guideline, no sugary desserts. I'm known to have a sweet tooth, you know, when I'm eating. So I said no more sugary desserts unless it's like dates, unless it's like something I'm making that's raw and plant-based. But I gave myself some leeway. If I do it, only once a week. You feel me? That don't mean I'm going to set a day every day like, oh, this is every week, like, oh, this Saturday I'm going to eat this. No, I want to just steer away from it. But if I just so happen to slip up, only once a week. No fake meats. You know, I'm plant-based. I don't eat meat. But I'm telling myself no more fake meats. And you know, the main fake meats I'm talking about is the soy and the pea, the Impossible and the Beyond. Now, I don't really like the Impossible at all because I don't do soy that much. But I have eaten the Beyond, and I want to cut that out. But I'm giving myself some leeway, only twice a week if I do it. You know what I mean? Now, we're not talking about mushrooms, cauliflower, tempeh, seitan. All those, they're pretty solid in my book. We're not talking about those. Those are great. You feel me? We're talking about the Impossible and the Beyond when I say that. And yeah. And no plastic rice, no rice, pasta. Because all that stuff is just plastic. Unless they're like on some kelp stuff or some wild rice or some like replacement, like some quinoa or something like that. You feel me? I also gave myself a leeway where if I do end up consuming them only twice a week. And, you know, just giving myself leeway because I know I'm going to do my best to stick to cutting it out completely, but I may slip, you know. And so those are some of the guidelines. You know, feel free to take some of these guidelines and apply them to your own life. We're at the end of the fast. Thank you all for watching. To all my family that has been concerned, because I've been receiving messages that you guys are concerned, you're just gonna have to get used to it, because I'm gonna be fasting a lot more. All right, but I'm done now. Don't worry, and thank you for the love. I know it's coming from a place of love, but don't worry. Y'all should try it out too. The fasting, the liquid fasting, and the dry fasting, and that is it. That is it, y'all. That's it for this update. I'll update y'all tomorrow. I might show y'all what I consume. I might, you feel me? Might give y'all a little something, you feel me? I might not, you know what I mean? So thank y'all for joining me on this journey. And that's it. Hopefully this video saves and doesn't glitch. I love and light y'all. Peace.